specifically.
Yeah.
Because that was a fantastic time.
They're
It was
probably
good.
not still there.
I mean,
The party
Some
is
say
done.
they're still partying
Well,
to
no,
this
those
day.
people specifically probably left, if I had to guess.
No, they're cursed forever, locked in
They have
time,
to stay there.
partying
Yeah.
constantly.
I do
Where's
think
your
also
sense of whimsy, Will?
Like a
do
Charles
also-
Dickens, like forever. It's great.
I also think it happens in a different house every year. I don't think it's the same house.
Sure. But,
And those people go on forever.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a curse.
Absolutely. The curse. Oh boy. All right. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? We are live from the apocalypse. If you've never caught us before, we are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations, other important causes like that. And we are currently raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Sorry, this fucking ice cream truck just pulled up because it's that time, and I can hear it. Hopefully you can't. Raising money for Doctors Without Borders, which is a very important organization, a very important nonprofit with a very long and storied history of supporting causes, and we're very proud. We are very proud to be able to support the important work that they're doing in Gaza presently, offering medical and humanitarian aid. So we do things a little bit differently around here. We just ask that if you like what you see, instead of doing the normal twitch.tv things of subscribing or giving us bits or interacting with fake cyber currency in any aspect of your life, honestly, you instead take the $5 or the $6 or whatever Twitch sub is going for these days, and you give it directly to Doctors Without Borders instead, if you are so able, if you are inclined. There is no expectation. There's no pressure. If you are not able to give, if you don't want to give, that's totally fine. You can sit back and enjoy the show. But if you do donate, it will interrupt whatever's going on. I will have to refocus myself. An alert will play. It will yell very loudly in my ears. And yeah, we've hidden the subscribe button. You can seek it at your own peril, but we will not be held responsible for anything else you may find there on that perilous journey. Just be aware that if you do subscribe, beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brandon Lee Mulligan, kill a dog. He'll kill one dog for every month you've been subscribed to this channel. And he's got a lot of big things happening in his life, and we're really trying to help him move past this unfortunate phase. So maybe just, donate to Doctors Without Borders instead. Yeah. But all that being said, there's most of the stuff and the things. There are emotes. There are channel point reactions that you can spend channel points on. You can unlock emotes with channel points. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This music with the ice cream truck music is really fucking me up right now, actually. This is Nephilim Tenebris. This is a sequel to the gritty near future sci-fi campaign that helped launch the Live from the Apocalypse channel like 3 years ago. This is episode 2, and it's a very exciting time for us here on the Tenebris. A lot of things happened last session. Hopefully you had a chance to watch the VOD. If not, should still make sense, I think. We're going to pick up at a time, in a place, in just a few minutes. But before we do that, we're going to get into our introductions. Everybody can say who they are and who they're playing, what playbook, any pronouns you want to throw out there, feel free. Starting, of course, with Alex.
I was not surprised by this. Hello, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Dr. Richard Courtney. Dickie to his friends also uses he, him pronouns, and we are the Sawbones. And we've probably saw all of the bones that we can on the Tenebris.
Hell yeah. Fucking ice cream truck.
Oh no, now I can hear it too.
Oh, we can
Driving,
hear
he fights
that.
Now we can
literally
hear the
right
ice cream
outside
truck.
my fucking
Now I can hear
window.
the ice cream truck.
Why does it stay, though? Move. You gotta
Because somebody's
move.
buying ice cream. Probably.
You need to
Rude.
lean
How
out of
dare
your
you
window,
get a treat
Scrooge
at this
style.
time.
Oh, there.
It's 8
Because
o'clock.
someone's parents are buying narcotics. Q.
I mean, sure. But that ain't got shit to do with me.
It's, it's moved on. I think we're good, and that brings us to Eli.
Oh, hi. My name is Eli. I go by any and all pronouns, if that matters. I am playing Padlock, the resident junker on this lovely ship, and I speak French. That is all.
Hi, I'm Mallory. I play Luna on this ship. We both use they, she pronouns, and she is the runner playbook.
Q.
Hi, I'm Q. Tonight I'm playing he, him. I fucking forget every time. And I'm playing Cassidy's Star Runner, the jockey playbook, who's also he, him.
And Rose.
Howdy. My name's Rose. I use they, she pronouns, and I will be playing Jojo Broxson, who uses she, they pronouns. I am playing the engineering or the greaser playbook on this awesome crew.
Yeah. And that just leaves me. Hello. Hi. My name is Will, one of the storytellers and the organizers here live from the apocalypse. Tonight, I will be your storyteller, and I'll be playing everybody else. So with that out of the way, I think we're going to just get right on into our game.
Yeah. We were
Hella.
in the middle of a standoff.
You were.
Having a good
You
time.
were. But I don't think that's where we're going to start tonight.
Dude.
Oh no.
I think we're going to start 15 years ago as Cassidy is awoken on the streets of Tranquility, one of the domed cities where he has been hiding out, essentially, ever since he escaped the Elchin Foundation. Since then, you've kind of been sleeping where you can, going where you're able to, trying to draw the least amount of attention possible to yourself. And that hasn't been particularly hard, except at night. Mostly because this is a place where homelessness, houselessness does not exist. And so I don't think you're particularly surprised when you are awoken kind of roughly by somebody jabbing something into your shoulder. And you look up and you see two people standing there. They're wearing the crisp white one-piece uniforms of the peacekeepers, law enforcement here on Tranquility. And the helmets that they wear, similarly, a pure white color, have a face shield that comes down, blocks off most of their features, just kind of like the bottom half of their mouths are visible. And they're both carrying these metallic batons in their hands that I think Cassidy would be all too aware are very capable of delivering a painful and debilitating electric shock, should they so desire. The peacekeepers use strictly non-lethal methods of law enforcement. However, that doesn't mean that once you're in their custody, you're going to find your way back out of it.
Good evening, ladies and or gentlemen. Whichever. Something wrong?
Are you lost?
I'm just taking a nap.
Transience is illegal on Tranquility. You from Offworld?
Oh, I am. Sorry, I was meeting a friend. But, it was a nice night. Just wanted to relax.
Mm-hmm. One of them regards you somewhat suspiciously. The other one is standing a little ways back. The one that's staring at you, clearly not buying your story,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
holds out a hand. The one that doesn't have the baton says, yeah, I'm going to need to see some ID. You got anything?
I sure do. Cool. So we're gonna leave, but we're gonna make sure that we're. Well, actually, hold on. Am I wanted right now? Because I think probably, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you are wanted in the sense that you have run away from the Yelchin Foundation, but
Mhm.
like you've no reason to think that the peacekeepers would be after you.
Okay.
Like that'd be a pretty big overreaction in your estimation.
Okay. All right, then yeah, I'll show papers.
Sure. And as you start to pull out your ID, which is this just sort of this little excuse me, it's the little things that pop up during our introductions. It's called Soul Reg for the Soul system and registration. As you start to reach and pull that out, kind of bracing yourself, because once they have your name, it would be a lot more likely that something would have been communicated to them about you running away from the Foundation. Like, while you may not be a criminal as such, they might still send you back there. But almost as if fate itself were intervening, the one that was talking to you with his hand sticking out, waiting for you to hand him your soul reg, closes his hand, and you see him put the other hand, the one that's holding the baton, kind of up to the side of his helmet, like he's listening to something. And he turns and he looks at his partner standing behind him and says, "What was that? I must have misheard." And the partner shakes his head as well, says, "No, you didn't mishear it. They want us at the Foundation." And they're talking now. They don't even, like, you're not even there. Like, you're not even on their radar.
Okay. I'm going to sort of continue that, be out of sight and out of mind, but I'm absolutely going to be listening in.
And the one, as you start to like move away, the one that was talking to you is going to just kind of like half turn, point at you and say, "Hey, stay out of trouble." And then as they turn away, you are still kind of listening, and you happen to overhear as they're heading back towards their vehicle. "What were the names?" And you pause. So you hear, "Yeah, I got it right here. Larson, Broxson, Padlock, and Courtney." Then you hear a pause, and the same voice says, "You don't think there's any relation to the chief administrator?" And the first one says, "Hey, we just do as we're told."
Okay. So not me wanting to infiltrate the peacekeepers to get over there.
I mean, this is a flashback, so as far as I'm concerned, this has already happened. If you want to tell me what Cassidy did next, I'm down.
Yeah, no, I think he did. I think he snuck onto one of the peacekeeper ships heading out.
Okay. Yeah. I think in this case they are cars, but they are very
Cars.
like They're very efficient. They mostly drive themselves, but like in a safe way. So yeah, you can cling to one, I think, and it's going to be a rough ride, kind of a bumpy ride, but
Sure.
Yeah.
You
can make it to.
Gotta do it, and then I'm gonna find.
Well, that's
each of them.
That's an
Or
interesting
try to.
point. That's an interesting point because as far as you're aware, you're scot-free. You're on the outside. You could find a way off of tranquility for just yourself. But that would mean letting whatever is about to happen to these four happen to them.
Even with Courtney on that list. Those people, I've seen how the Foundation treats those that aren't cookie cutter. I'm not going to let that happen to them.
It's extremely fair. And so you cling to the underside of one of their military vehicles as it careens out of the alleyway back onto the street and heads towards the Foundation. And I think that's going to pull us back to the present day in the treehouse, where you currently have a sawed-off shotgun pointed at your chest. And on the other side, a very serious, business-like Becker Ryan pointing it directly at you.
X, please, don't make me do this. You want him? You can have him. Let us finish our conversation.
Now, what assurance do I have exactly that you're just going to let me take him after your conversation? Because last time I checked, if he's not free to pay you, you don't get paid.
I'm going to look back at Horace.
Horace looks panicked. Horace looks like he's never been in a situation this tense before. He's looking between the two of you with a stunned expression on his face. The larger man standing next to him, you see his hand going for the inside of his coat where there's undoubtedly a weapon stored there. But the older man, is going to meet your gaze, Cassidy, and is going to say, should go without saying, he gets taken, deal's off.
You're the one that wants the deal, right? So I need you to work with me here. Yeah?
Without him, there is no deal.
Well, I'm going to try and shoot Beck's firing hand.
Hell
or
yeah.
shoot the gun. I'm trying to shoot the gun out of her hand.
Okay.
More specifically.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you have... you probably don't have a specific move for this, correct?
I have Daring Do. That goes to gut. Does that count?
Well, you get that bonus to gut. I think in this particular case, you're going to be acting fast, which is with gut.
Hell yeah.
So I need you to roll 2d6 and add your gut.
Hell yeah. All right, now. I love these glasses, but they do not make the seeing good. Yeah. Oh, it's because the D6s are nowhere to be found. Haha, I found them.
And your gut is 2, it looks like.
Just 2. Hell yeah. All right. That brings it to 10. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right. You whip your sidearm out of the holster, fire, and the sawed off goes flying out of Beck's hands as she like shakes it and says,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh hell, Cassidy."
I'm sorry.
Because
I gotta do
because
this.
because you got a 10 plus, you pull it off just fine. You don't have to pick anything or make any other allowances. But I think at that point, Becker is gonna, just like in the same almost fluid motion, even as she's saying, "Oh hell, Cassidy," pulls out her own sidearm from the other side, some like a concealed weapon, basically, as the 2 crew members that she brought with her also pull out their weapons. And she is going to, excuse me, she's going to yell at them over her shoulder, "Yancey, Han, we're not backing down until we got that rich boy with us." And the one says, "Actually, ma'am, it's Yancey." And Becker thinks about that for a second and says, "Oh, hell, you're probably not going to survive long enough for it to matter." With that, she is going to bring that weapon to bear on you, Cassidy, and she is going to shoot you.
Okay.
For 1 harm. I think you have armor, correct?
I do have armor.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
And with that being said, now now chaos basically is going to break loose as people just start firing indiscriminately all around this coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the Rust Hulks. The system that we're using is powered by the Apocalypse, which means that it is very freeform. There's no initiative system. Basically, I use a descriptor called the Spotlight to handle all this stuff. Basically, I will just put out there and say, "Does anybody want the Spotlight? Does anybody have a cool thing that they want to do?"
I would like to kick it off, and then just get everything in motion if we can.
Okay.
All right. So Cassidy is going to pull out a second gun, because you gotta. Going to aim at one at Bex and one at Yancey. And I'm gonna look back at Luna. Be like, "Get him the fuck out of here." Jojo, Padlock, Walk of Shame, Cold Pineapple.
And I think that seems like a really good moment to cut away to the ship where you receive that. I do just need to. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, cool. We'll cut away back to the ship where you are Padlock and you are Luna. And I think in that moment you actually hear. First thing you hear is not Padlock and Luna. Padlock and Jojo. There we go. Padlock and Jojo. The first thing you hear coming on through the comm system is what is the closest thing that the buckle has to administrative announcements, which is just somebody hopping on the intercom system and saying, "We got gunfire in Corridor 12. Avoid Corridor 12 until that's over."
No, surely that can't be ours.
And then right after that, you get direct communications to your transcoms from Cassidy, letting you know that it's going to be a quick exit.
Oh.
Showtime, pretty boy. Come on.
Okay.
As usual, we got this. This is our go-to. Come on, you know where to go.
Run off, yeah.
Yeah, Joe gets ready. He's got a wrench.
Very
Fire
cool.
up the
And
engines.
Padlock, as you move to get everything ready, probably to the helm, since somebody has to be at the helm for this to actually
Yeah.
work,
Yep.
you run past one of those consoles, much like the one that you had to disable the security systems with,
hmm
when you notice that it is flashing.
I like run past it, but then I like stop,
Yeah.
and then I like run right back, and then I look at the console and see what the alert is.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, you're going to analyze something. So I'm going to need you to roll with brain.
Sure. That's an 11.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right, so you get 3 holds. You can ask 3 questions. You can also hold on to them. When you act on an answer, you take +1 forward. And you can give that to a crew member instead if you want to. But your question options, you get 3 of these. What's something unusual or abnormal? What's a hidden feature? How much is it worth to the right person? Who touched or operated it most recently? Where did it come from? Who made it originally? So in this case, we're playing a little fast and loose with these questions. Oh, you know what? Actually, I told you to roll the wrong thing, but we're going to let it stand. You rolled an 11, so you get 2 holds. This is actually get a read, not analyze something. And in that case, what's hidden, obscured, or unclear? How can I exploit a weakness, vulnerability, or opportunity? What's the largest unaccounted threat, variable, danger? What's the best way I could blank? And you get
I
2
assume
of those.
threat is, yeah, I assume what is like the immediate threat.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. You realize as you are like stopping, doubling back to check out this console, that someone is tampering with your ship. And if you hadn't disabled the klaxons, they would have been sounding for probably some time now. I think you can. You asked what was the largest uncounted threat. Yeah, you know, in that moment, that is like what is being set off is the proximity alarm. Someone is trying to breach.
I'll go on the on our comms real quick and flag JoJo, and I'll be like, "News from the front. There's somebody outside."
And you have another question if you want to use it for like what's hidden, obscured, or unclear. Then you might be able to actually figure out who it is.
Yeah, that's probably the most relevant question.
Cool.
Who is it?
Yeah, from the helm, I think you can like tap into the security camera of the dock that your ship is connected to. And you see, as it clicks on kind of like a doorbell camera, 3 people whom you have never seen before. They all look obviously different from each other. One of them is shorter than the others, has kind of a shaved head, and has a what you would recognize as an auto hacker pad that is currently hooked up to the door, which is what is in the process of trying to breach your ship. The other 2 are taller. One of them has red hair. The other one has this like long, dirty like dishwater blonde hair that is kind of braided into a messy braid down the middle of his back. And you have no idea who these people are. You have no idea why they would be trying to get into your ship. The only real thing you can notice about them is that they are all wearing identical jackets, which are red and have a black design of like a spiral that appears to be a serpent, maybe, of some kind.
Did you order a boy band?
It's not my birthday. Show me, and pulls up the comms. Oh, and they're stealing our look too.
But they're about to breach a ship. Can I run over to where they're trying to hack in and see if I can disable something?
Yeah. You can try to like anti-hack them. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see if you have a move
Are they
that could come into
anywhere
play.
near the exhaust or where the combustion would go?
No, they are very much on the station at the airlock.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's a way that I can like, I don't know, like manual override it, so it has to be like something like manually to open the door instead of it being able to be open automatically. That's what I'm looking for to do.
I think that makes sense. I think that in this case, you are also going to be acting fast. Yeah, I think you're also going to be acting fast, which means rolling with guts.
Okay.
Or gut.
Is there any support I can do by like shutting off electricity or anything, or is that I'm not sure if that's.
So you could do a call for help, padlock, in which case Jojo would be able to jump in and help you with that.
Yeah, I'd probably be, as I'm running down there, explaining to Jojo that I'm gonna get the bay doors into manual override if they can like cut the power for it or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. What did you get?
I got a 4.
Okay. So the way call for help works is one crew member who isn't doing anything right now can come to help you. They decide how many +1s to add to your roll. There's no limit. So they could add 3, which would get it to a 7, which is like a basic mixed success. Or they could go beyond. That's up to them. But for each one that you add, the crew member has to choose one consequence, take 1 harm. The room you're in takes 1 harm. Something important breaks and must be repaired. The crew member heats their chain with the other. The chain between the 2 crew members tightens. And because the 2 of you have a choking chain, if Jojo takes consequences, you also take those consequences. Padlock.
Fun. Oh no.
And you also have to subtract the higher of the 2 heats between the crew members to the roll being helped. Unfortunately, your choking chain is at 2 on each end. So basically, you're gonna take a -2 to this. So instead of doing +3, Jojo, you would have to do yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Crew member takes 1 harm. Jojo, while pulling the going up and down on her stilt legs, is going to get probably fried on there. Her bones are part of the ship. Speaking of, the room takes 1 harm. The engineering room is going to get fucked up from pulling up the electricity.
Captain, you want to track this? Since it's your ship that's getting busted up.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Okay. Boy. I have to take all 5 actually to get it up to 7. Which is something important breaks. The crew member heats their chain, which will be me, and the chain.
You can take these more than once. I would say. I think you can take more than 1 harm.
Okay.
But padlock is also going to take that harm.
Fuck me. How much damage can the engineering room take?
3 more.
I'm gonna take 2 from the engineering room, 1 from us. I don't want something important to break, but I think as this is happening, Pad is explaining instructions, but as it's going faster, I think Padlock is explaining at a pace that's much quicker for Joe to understand. And at some points, it's just getting frustrated. Something goes out, Joe shocks herself, and she just screams, "What the fuck, Pad? Just talk to me. Just fucking talk to me." And just, is like smoking and screaming. But electricity turns off.
Okay. So just checking, we've got 2 harm to the engine room.
2 harm to the engine room, 1 harm to the crew members.
Okay. Which means Padlock, you're going to take 1 harm. Jojo, you're going to take 1 harm. Mark those off.
Yep.
Oh.
Heated chain, and we tighten.
Okay. You can't tighten. You will trigger the choke because you are already choking, and that means that one of you is going to blow up at the other in the middle of this.
Got it. Won't do that yet.
Okay.
Something important has to break. Okay. We got a master repairer, so
I'll just take. I mean, we could take another bout of damage. I don't know.
I don't
like
want
it.
to. How much damage can we take?
That'd be just 2 harm.
5. Sorry, you can take 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind. Let's do that.
I'll take-
2 harm,
I'll take-
2 harm.
I'd rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I'd rather not break anything.
Fantastic. All right, cool.
Cool.
Then,
We're fucked up.
Yeah. I think what that means then is a lot of things are happening at the same time. One, Jojo, you get shocked. You take that harm from that. That surges through the ship systems and is actually going to spark out of the door to like your immediate left, Jojo, Padlock, which is actually the door to the helm. So
Okay.
you get showered with sparks that burn you. You take that harm from that. That door to the helm is what breaks. You can't get into the helm.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Shit, the
Jojo,
door.
like, shocked, is just, you still read me, Pad?
Yeah. I can taste toast. Is that normal?
Oh, totally, because I can also taste toast.
Mm,
This is good. Bonding, great. Helm?
the door
Good.
pad is fried. I'm like looking at the door for the door pad, and it's just like smoking out of it.
The
Pad?
good news is that you have basically out-hacked the auto hacker, and you see them like on the camera, like staring down at it and kind of like arguing with each other. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can see that like they look frustrated. And I think you would see the small one with the shaved head kind of like tuck the auto hacker pad back into his jacket and pull out like shrug and pull out a cutting torch.
Well, the good news is we've bought maybe time, but we need to get this door open, and you need to come down here and help me.
The last thing that we have to do is both of you heat your chain with each other to 3.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's fine. We're
Is
totally
it?
fine.
Is it?
Don't worry, we don't need to talk
we'll
about
figure it out
I
later.
feel like that's not true.
Padlock and Jojo definitely don't need to talk. Yeah, I think Joe curses, but says, Padlock, I've seen you make a gun out of chewing gum and a fucking paperclip. Figure something out. I'll try and get there. And looks down as like her legs short circuiting a little bit as soon as I fucking can.
Okay, well, don't be mad at me when I fucking do something and you don't want it to be like that. And then I start ripping shit open and trying and like pulling out random shit out of my pocket and trying to go to work to try to get this helm door open.
Absolutely, yeah. You rip into the first panel and then you immediately hear a hiss. This like scraggly old cat like leaps out directly towards your face.
Now is not the time unless you are helping me with what we need to do. Or go get a light for me.
She like stares at you for a second and then like looks over towards where there is in fact like a mag light sitting and like licks her paw.
This is why you're the captain of this ship. And I go grab the fucking mag light and come back, turn it on, and try to sort through this panel.
All right. And with that in place, we are going to jump back to the chaos as things are in full swing.
Okay.
At least 3 people on the other side of this conflict are firing somewhat indiscriminately. Dickie, you are safe. You've barely shown yourself in this conflict.
That's why I didn't even bring him up, but I'm gonna nod
100%.
for him to go.
So Dickie did have an idea.
Okay.
We're in a coffee shop.
Yep.
So I think he's like ducked down as the bullets start flying, and he sort of like on all fours is scrambling over to the bar, and he's gonna grab a pot of hot coffee and like scurry back behind Yancey. And while Yancey is distracted aiming a gun at Cassidy, he's gonna just break a pot of hot coffee over the back of this man's head.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think you are going to get in a fight in this particular instance.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So you're going to roll with spine.
Great. I think. Okay. Good. Hey. That's a 9. -1 is 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you could.
Let's go.
You could. It would have to be somebody who's not doing anything, but I guess in theory, Luna could help you. We would just have to go through everything that we just went through with the two of you.
For help.
Yeah, to get it to a 10, basically, because you have an 8, which is a mixed success.
Okay.
But it would be a further -2, which means we would need to add 4.
It would only be a further -2 if you have a choking chain between the two of you.
We
Oh,
do
but we
not.
don't.
We have slack.
All right, great.
And actually, I've got this. Yeah, I've got a 0 and you've got a 1, I think.
Yeah, great. That's fine.
Then in that case, actually, you add the lower of the 2 heats between the crew members to the roll being helped.
So
Okay.
0.
So I add 0.
Okay. Yeah, basically. So that's going to be flat. You basically have to add 2 + 1s, which means you have to either take 1 harm twice. You're not in a ship room, so you can't do that one. Something important breaks and must be repaired. You heat your chain, you tighten the chain, etc.
I can take a harm and I'll just heat the chain with Dickie. So that would mean that I just get +1, or
Yes.
he already has +1. Okay, then I'll do that.
Yep. Cool. All right. So you take that, and Dickie, that means that you have a 10.
Excellent.
So
What
you
does that
can, in
mean,
fact, you inflict harm on them.
All right. I'm inflicting hot coffee harm.
Yeah. Are you like shattering the pot, or are you just pouring it on Yancey's head?
Oh no, I'm effectively punching, but Dickie is not strong, so he's just trying to like smash the pot over this guy's head.
Cool. And like you're doing this from behind, so like Yancey's got like a shotgun, like a full shotgun in his hands, and he's kind of just like scanning back and forth trying to get an opening to shoot somebody. You creep up behind him, you just smash that coffee pot across the back of his head. He screams. First because it's a coffee pot, and then because of the hot coffee, and he just he screams and says, "Oh my god, who would do that?" And he continues to scream, but he is distracted enough that he does not. I think he spins in place with the shotgun, trying to figure out who it was, but you kind of move with him, so you're always like
Dickie's doing this like,
Yeah.
oh god.
And as he does, he says, "Who the fuck did that?" But nobody steps up to take responsibility. So Yancey's still in it, doesn't look great, and does not look happy to be here. Luna, what are you doing while all of this chaos is going on?
So once I do that, which I feel like is me, I want to say that the table that's kind of closest to Yancey, I will leap up and push it to where it makes sure that he can't step forward when he feels the crash. And then I'm gonna look at our bodyguard buddy and go, "You protect yours. I'll protect yours if you'll protect mine." And I'm gonna grab Horace and use cut and run.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I love that. Gareth will give you the nod of a soldier. Not going to question you at all. Just going to follow your lead.
Sweet.
Cool. So, what is your escape route? You're just grabbing Horace and trying to run out the front of the shop?
Yeah, I think what I want to do is, since I've got to name something specific for the move, I want to take the side, like go toward the side of the shop that Bex is farthest away from, and start pushing tables down and like run as hard and low as I can, essentially, to use those tables as cover.
Okay.
And
Fantastic, I
like
love
pull
that.
him along behind me.
All right. Roll with gut.
Sweet. Right, that's a 10. Right on.
Okay.
Right on the money.
Fantastic. You are gone. You have Horace with you, and he is not protesting. He looks panicked. He's kind of hyperventilating, but you are literally pulling him, and so he has no choice but to move behind you, and you manage to get him behind cover. I think as you do so, you hear a couple bullets. You hear a couple shots ring out. You hear like some bullets striking the tables that you've kind of thrown up as cover. And I think you hear Bex curse loudly in frustration. Son of a bitch.
I deserve that.
And then I think she gets a little bit distracted because, Cassidy, you find yourself kind of back to back with the bodyguard who has pulled out his own gun at this point and is going to start firing as well. Mostly, I think, in Beck's direction and at Han, the remaining member of Beck's crew.
Gotcha. With Yancey on the swivel with the shotgun,
Mhm.
I think we are gonna, turn it to keeping it on Bex, but also targeting Han.
Cool.
I am still trying to go for, not killing, just making sure that they're out of the fight.
Okay. That is extremely fair. I think you were going to roll with Spine. I think that is still getting in a fight.
Okay. Well, I should probably move to the character sheet then, huh?
I mean, I could also tell you what you got.
No, it's okay. I got it. It's a flat roll.
It is.
Yeah. That is going to be a 9.
All right. That means that you inflict harm on each other. So I think as you are tracking and trying to pull your shots so that you're not killing anyone, other people are under no such directions to hold back. So I think you and the bodyguard are kind of like moving around each other, kind of shuffling around each other with your guns out, watching each other's backs.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I think that means that as you come full circle, you see Yancey with that shotgun, like wipe his wrist across his face and pull out some of that burning hot coffee. His gaze falls on you immediately. You lock eyes, and he unloads that shotgun directly at you for 2 harm, but your armor is going to reduce that.
Sweet.
So you're going to take 1 harm from that, I believe. I think you have armor 1.
Yeah, I have armor 1.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Are either you or Dr. Courtney moving to follow Luna? Or are you seeing this brawl out?
I'm trying to give them as much time as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, Dickie, once he did his distraction bit, is going to try and scamper away.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then, Dickie, I need you to roll with gut.
I just had to check what my score was. Also a flat roll. That is a 4.
No.
I love that for you. You're going to mark XP. You're going to mark experience.
Sure.
So that's exciting.
Great.
Okay, but what if I helped?
I mean,
what if I helping?
That's a lot of plus ones you got to add on to that, but we can do it if you want.
Okay. So what is our?
I'm not sure you two have a chain with each other.
We have a chain. We have a chain.
Everybody
You do,
does.
yeah. And it's choking.
And it's joking.
Ooh,
Is it?
Yes.
Oh no!
Because
Okay, well,
you steal from him.
No, me never. I would never do that. Okay, then no. I guess I'm not.
I'll take whatever the consequences are. It's fine.
No.
Yeah, it's no, it's fine.
I think that's fair. I think that's extremely fair. I think in that case, Han, who up till now has not done anything, he looks a little panicked. You're not sure he's ever been in a firefight before. So he's kind of like looking around, trying to figure out what the fuck he's supposed to do here. Bex, I think, is going to see him floundering and kind of yell at him and is going to say, damn it, shoot someone. And as he spins around, he's going to see Dickie going for the exit. And I think he's just going to shoot Dickie dead in the back with his gun. And that's going to be 2 harm to Dr. Richard Courtney.
Ow!
Who does not have armor.
No. Also, but at least now the shirt that he hand distressed has actual real distress and blood. Lots of blood.
Because there's that.
He's a little dude, so I imagine that like the shot hits him and he just sort of like flies face first out the door or on like just
Ah! I think that's fair. I think you have that lodged in your shoulder now, probably. And because you are a medical expert. Has Dickie ever been shot before? Probably, but it's worth putting out there. Okay. All right.
Yes, he has.
Cool.
He has not enjoyed it any time.
No, I would not expect so. But yeah, I think it kind of like throws you out the door, and I think Han says like, I got him, Captain. And Becker's gonna say, what do you want, a medal? And then is gonna shoot you, Cassidy. Gonna try to shoot you.
Okay.
Yeah, with her gun.
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Do you want to act fast? Do you want to try to not get shot?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Okay. With gut.
Yeah. 11.
Fantastic. How do you not get shot? What does that look like?
I think after taking the blow from a shotgun, I'm definitely reeling back even with the armor. And so as I'm balancing, I sort of tilt, which means that Bex's shot is off. And I am coming in after, like, bounded in to get in close with her, which, is a choice that I'm making, but it's the one that I need to make.
It is a choice. It is absolutely a choice.
I have to.
It's a big old choice. All right. In that case, I mean, I think you're picking a fight. It sounds like you're just doing it in close quarters.
Yeah, I'm trying to take her gun.
Okay. All right, cool. Then in that case, you're going to roll with spine.
Okay. Tis but an 8.
Tis but an 8. Okay. You... that's the shit. Okay, yeah, all right. So you were going to inflict harm on each other, which I will say you were kind of wrestling back and forth with the gun. You were going to be able to... Okay, here's what I think is going to happen. You rush back, and she manages to squeeze the trigger one time. You hear it go off. You feel the bullet clip along the side of your face. You're going to take 1 harm from that. Your armor's not going to come into play for that. But then you're in close quarters and you're wrestling the gun away from Beck, and in the process, I think you manage to get it out of her hand, and you can shoot her in like the abdomen where she wears a vest, where she wears like a bulletproof vest. And that is going to throw her back. That is going to knock the wind out of her for sure, even if it doesn't actually go into
quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you see her take a step back, and she is gasping, and you see her mouth forming the shape of the words "fuck you," but no sound is coming out because there is no breath in her lungs.
Sure. Hey, I get it. Bye.
You start to run, and you are almost out the door of the cafe when you hear that shotgun blast go off one more time. Doesn't hit you, but you turn and you look back and you see the bodyguard who is following you took the blast full force in the back as he was running after you.
Okay.
Your eyes are going to meet, and he is going to say, you know he's done. You know he's done.
Yeah.
But he's going to say to you, leave me. Keep him safe.
Okay. I'm looking for Courtney. I'm looking for Dickie.
Is there only one entrance or exit to this place?
I think you had gotten, yes, basically yes. As far as you're aware, it's like a storage container,
Right.
essentially, bolted
So-
onto the station.
I feel like if Cassidy is looking for Dickie, then he finds Dickie 5 feet out the storage container door on his face down, just sort of like squirming, bullet hole, trying to right himself, but not moving very quickly.
Dickie, get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up.
I'm trying.
Scoop.
You scoop him, and as you are hauling his ass out of the coffee shop and back towards the ship, you can't help but remember back 15 years ago. Dickie, I think for you, you remember just somebody pounding on your door in the middle of the night in the Foundation dormitories.
He's not a heavy sleeper, so any sort of pounding on his door would wake him up, but any insistent pounding, he'd just like sit straight up out of bed, sort of like fumble with his pajamas, because he obviously sleeps in pajamas. Like,
Of course he does.
what?
Mhm.
Who? What's going on?
Are
Mom?
you opening the door?
Not before I put on my bathrobe.
Obviously.
Obviously.
So we'll be putting on the
Good.
bathrobe and then shuffling over, putting on our slippers.
You open the door and you see
Uh,
Cassidy Star Runner standing there, but
well, he sees a peacekeeper.
oh, okay.
Um,
and white.
Good
He's gonna
morning.
push into the room.
Ah! Listen, if you're looking for the
Pin you up
guy
against the
who
wall.
sells the drugs,
Quiet.
he's down the hall.
Quiet.
What?
You haven't learned anything.
Huh? Who? Do I know
don't.
you, officer? What?
Take off the helmet. Hey, Dick. I'm gonna need you to explain to me some things. Because you
Huh?
and some other people that I care about are on on a shit list for some reason.
You're supposed to be missing on the run. What are you doing here?
Answer my question. What happened? Why are you all wanted? Or I'm gonna look outside.
I'm sorry, wanted? For what? What do you mean?
What floor? What floor are you on? I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, I assume I'm first floor.
That's fair.
Great.
I'm
Okay.
down with that. And as you are kind of looking out the curtains as you are having this conversation, you do see a few more of those peacekeeper vehicles roll up.
Okay. You have not a lot of time.
Okay.
Or a whole lot of bullshit. How quick can you pack things?
Ooh, gosh. How long am I going to be gone?
The house is on fire.
Oh, but that still doesn't answer my question.
The house is on fire.
Okay. And Dickie will
I'm letting him
over-
go. I'm just gonna go into the room and just start tossing things.
Yeah, Dickie's gonna go get his monogrammed luggage and open it up and stand there with his hands on his hips for a minute. Like, okay, house is on fire. That means I'm probably not gonna be coming back for at least a week. So that's 10
Dick.
pairs of underwear. Okay.
Dick, I am wearing a peacekeeper uniform
Yeah, I
to
noticed
get
that.
in because they're coming to get you all. They are being sent here en masse.
Surely not me.
Your name was on the list. Is there another Courtney here?
No?
Yeah.
Okay, but I
Okay.
haven't done anything wrong ever.
Were you involved in something?
No. I've never been involved in anything in my life.
No one's ever included me in anything.
No.
Your
He
name
says
was
as
on
he's
the
putting
list.
12 pairs of underwear in his suitcase.
Any recent projects? Any studies you were a part of? Any breakthroughs that you had? Anything recent?
Well, there was the Tenebris incident. But
So
that,
when I asked you what happened,
yeah.
and you have an incident, that didn't come to mind at the time.
No. No. Because I
Okay.
wasn't really involved. I was just there.
You think that matters?
Yes? It should.
No. Let me guess. You had a talk with Mon Capitan afterwards, yeah?
Yes. He said I was very heroic.
And that's all he
Oof.
said.
That's it.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, he doesn't take me as a person to like heroics.
No.
Hurry up. House is on
Okay.
fire.
Okay.
The smoke is filling the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You are on the first floor. You have windows.
I do.
Run out of them.
What?
I will find you again. You're not going to be hard to find.
No.
I've got to go get the others.
Okay. Okay. And he will grab his luggage, which is absolutely far too large and heavy for him to carry, and just
Okay.
sort of like
Take half of that shit out right now.
I can't leave my monogrammed handkerchiefs.
I swear to you, you can.
My mother bought them for me. She will be okay. You know what? Fine. He'll open up the bag, take out 2 handkerchiefs, close it, and then leave.
I would ask you real quick, Dickie, is there anything unusual or notable that Cassidy might have noted in Dickie's belongings as you're packing them?
There is a very old, antique-looking leather case that has a gilt monogram on it, as so much of Dickie's stuff is monogrammed. But this one, it's old, and it seems to have a hammer and a sickle crossed over each other. But that absolutely goes in the thing, and Dickie does make an attempt to like conceal that under some other things.
And I think you were starting to hear commotion in the halls outside, Cassidy, as the other students, residents of the Foundation, are being roused from sleep by the noise and the lights. And we'll cut back. The present day, Dickie, as you are being helped along by your captain, by Cassidy, once again. It's eerily reminiscent of that moment. And you can hear some people, you hear voices shouting behind you. You've bought yourself a little bit of time. You've bought yourselves a little bit of time. You're not sure exactly how much. And Luna, you are farther ahead with Horace. Luna, I think you would note, or I think as you are helping Horace along, as you were dragging Horace along, you're maybe halfway back to the Tenebris when he kind of like hits the brakes, like kind of digs his heels in for a second and like resists you pulling him along and says, well, I can't leave Gareth.
If he makes it, he'll make it. But if you don't, we have a bigger problem.
No. And he
Yes.
tries to straighten his back and like stick his chin out a little bit and says, I am paying you. And so you will go back for him.
You only pay me if you live. If you want your freedom and if you want your life, you will come with me right now. Gareth is with them, and if he makes it out, he makes it out, and he'll be here too. And I will not sugarcoat this. There is a chance he doesn't.
I want you to roll face.
What? That's a non.
A 9?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then gets to choose one. He will say, fine, but we are not taking off until Kareth is on board your ship.
We will take off when we have confirmation of whether Gareth can get on the ship.
He seems to concede that. And he will resume moving alongside you. And real quick, back on the Tenebris, where you have your own shit to deal with. Padlock, you have been digging away at the door, trying to get it to function again. And fortunately, this is very much exactly the kind of thing that you are good at. So for you, this is actually going to be make a repair something rather. So you're going to roll with brain to try to get that door opened into the helm.
Beautiful. That's a 10.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
There we go.
All right, cool. You spend a little while and you get it fixed. What I will say is at that point, Jojo, you make it up to the bridge, we'll say where the airlock is. And you see Padlock has like dissected the panels next to the helm door, which have been blasted shut, basically. Hey, thanks for the follow. Also,
As soon as I get the door open, I turn over to Mischief and I put like one knee down and I'm just like, my liege, the door is open. And that's what like Jojo walks into is just nonsense and a destroyed panel.
Jojo like rolls on her wheelchair and just fully past this. Like, great job, way to go, kid. Like, fully, this is that's Padlock being Padlock at his best. So they just fully like roll through. I knew you'd do it. This is cake. We still got those. Yeah.
Sure enough, as the door slides open and you gesture, Mischief darts into the helm. Probably to hide under some console or other. However, in that exact moment, you're going to hear a hissing sound as you see the glow of the laser torch cut through the seal of your airlock door. And it gets thrown open as these three people tumble into the ship. Not really tumble, but like fall into the ship, essentially. Pulling out weapons as they do. Guns.
I think Joe quickly on comms goes, we got company on board.
And just to check, okay, comms to everybody. Okay, so Luna, Luna, Dickie, Cassidy, you all hear that.
We have what?
Still in Cassidy's arms. Did we invite people?
No,
we have
can I
rats.
take a guess? A red jacket. Are they in red jackets?
Matching ugly
How'd you
red
know?
jackets.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
Cassidy, it's Chimera, or whatever the stupid name is.
Permission to go hot, Chief? Extra hot?
The one with the blonde hair is going to point the gun at you, Jojo, since you're the one talking, and say, off comms.
Just continues to smolder her cigarette a little bit. And they're pointing guns at me. Have they seen Padlock yet?
I think yes. I think the other one, I don't remember what I described for the other one, but the other one is also pointing his gun at Padlock. The blonde one is the one pointing the gun at you. The one with the shaved head who had the cutting torch is like tucking it back into his jacket, and he's gonna be the one who speaks and says, look, don't make this any harder than it has to be. You know what this is. We're just going to take your ship. We'll leave you on the buckle.
Joe looks at her legs and looks back at them and says, I mean, if you're gonna carry a defenseless old me off this ship, that's up to you. And she kind of just keeps smoking, still on comms, trying to slow everything down to make sure that everyone gets in time, essentially. But will fully just throw herself off the chair and just be a brat about it.
And the one with the shaved head in the middle, the one that's been doing the talking, is going to sigh and is going to, not even looking at you, it's going to say, Lachlan, killer. And the blonde is going to pull the trigger on that gun.
Jojo looks just at Padlock.
Jojo, everything slows down for a second. You hear the gun go off. Padlock, you hear the gun go off as you're trying to figure out what to do. You're trying to take evaluation of what your options are in this circumstance. You hear the gun go off. You track the direction of the gun to where the barrel is just leveled at Jojo. And you have exactly enough time to see the bullet hit Jojo before things start to get a little complicated for you. But we'll talk about that more after the break.
This is a
We're gonna
personal
start-
attack.
Oh,
An
me,
all-
10-minute
why
break.
dare you?
Quick 10-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back real soon to find out what exactly has taken place and what exactly is going to take place.
You kill me in my second appearance?
What?
It is episode 2, William.
We'll see what happens.
Big episode 2.
Even episode 2, actually.
Don't go away.
I'm so
Stick around.
Go away.
We'll be right back.
about that to this day.
I've never seen that one before.
Oh my!
Oh, we gotta
it's
show
a
you. It's
fantastic-
hilarious.
It's a fantastic clip.
That's the only thing I know about Peppa Pig is that.
Sounds fantastic.
Also,
Sounds very enjoyable.
All
Oh, shit.
all the children have names. All the adults are just the animals, which I guess it's Peppa Pig. So, like, I guess that's also her surname.
Yeah. It's like Thorson.
Sure,
Yeah.
I guess.
Getting real
Or
deep
like
into
Carpenter,
the
probably more
Peppaverse
accurate.
lore.
The Peppaverse. Across the Peppaverse.
Across the Peppaverse.
First, no.
You're ready for that little side quest we'll go on at some point across the Peppaverse.
Well, hey. Some stuff was happening that we should probably...
Was
We should
it?
probably get back to.
Is that
Yeah.
how you describe it?
I
Oh,
would
no.
describe it as some stuff happening. Yeah.
I was just having a conversation. I had a little cigarette. We were just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told them that you weren't going to move and they just have to shoot you. And
I
then
said they'd have to move me.
Sure,
Yeah, I
the
don't
impli-
believe. I don't believe those were the words.
there were two options.
I'm on a chair with wheels, my guy.
Oh, for
Get-
sure, yeah.
Get creative.
It's a flow chart, right? It's like you're going to have to move me. If not, then
I feel like this
Will I be
was
moved? Yes or no?
low-key a test for JoJo. Like, she's been in danger a bunch of times around various members of this crew. Like, she's lost her legs and Dickie was there. Luna's saved her more times and pulled her out of firefights more times than can count. Cass saved her life by just being there in existence, and Padlock is Padlock. So I think she just looks over at Pad and goes, if I die, that's fine. I'll probably be fine anyway.
interesting you mentioned that. Because when you look over at Padlock, something seems off. Padlock, someone that you have a choking chain with on the crew has just been injured in front of you. Which means that I'm going to need you to roll that move that I sent you earlier today.
Yeah. Cool.
And don't forget, that chain heated to 3. So you're
Yeah.
adding
Okay.
3 to this roll.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 12 then.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So, that move in question is called Fog of War. And it reads thusly. Well, I don't think I want to read it yet. I think I would like you to tell me what happens, Padlock, in this moment. There are 3 men standing in front of you. 2 of them have guns that have been pulled out. One of them is pointed at you. The other one is pointed directly at Jojo, who has been shot and is in the process of bleeding. Everything kind of slows down for you.
Yeah. I think the jolt of the blaster going off is the thing that kind of triggers it before like Padlock just kind of like follows it to see like Jojo on the ground and the blood that's slowly like pooling from the wound. And I think like for Padlock, their eyes just start to like the pupils in their eyes just start to dilate constrict before they completely like dilate open. And then all of a sudden there's just like almost like a short circuiting like jerk that happens inside of Padlock before they kind of like shake their head, and then they just kind of narrow their entire gaze. And like Padlock's kind of slouchy and stuff, not normal, but they kind of almost like stand up in like full right attention. And then they like reach for the next person who tries to draw their weapon to shoot, and they grab that gun first, turn them into a line of fire into somebody else before they throw that other person across the room. And they're just doing it like succinct, like they've been trained all of their life to do this. And they just start to like Jason Bourne this shit amongst these 3.
Incredible. I will add one detail to that, which is Jojo, as that is happening, as Padlock straightens up and you see their eyes dilate like that, the burns that were covering part of their face from where the panel sparked on them heals into perfectly healthy flesh before your very eyes. You can uncheck any of that harm that you had, Eli. And
I think
with a 10 plus, sorry, did you want to say something?
As Padlock, as I see Padlock heal and turn to go, Joe just coughs out, "Go get him, pretty boy," and like spits out a little bit of blood. Reaching for a cigarette, like just props up, like, "I'll be fine. Go do the thing."
Some of the details on this I want to keep secret, but on a 10 plus, it reads, "All threats present in the scene are neutralized, probably in the most violent and bloody way imaginable. That's it. Fight's over."
Fuck.
Yeah.
So
it's messy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You watch this happen. Jojo, you watch this happen. Every single move that Padlock makes is instant, is calculated to the point where they're not wasting any momentum. She's not wasting any room to operate. She doesn't even seem to need weapons. He doesn't necessarily even need the guns, but it certainly makes it go by a lot faster. And basically, you blink, and there are 3 dead men in these red matching jackets on the floor of your bridge.
Handled. Over
There is
comms.
one other thing.
Oh.
However, you also have a hard time discerning friend from foe in this state.
Oh,
Whether it's collateral or up close and personal, you also inflict 2 harm on every ally present in the scene. Then you fall unconscious with only the vaguest memories of what you've done.
Oh shit.
How does Jojo take 2 harm?
Oh man. I think it's a pick you up and chuck you across the room kind of situation. I'm gonna grab you by both jackets. Maybe I remember a little bit of you snapping at me, and then I just like pick you up and just throw you off on the ground before I short circuit and I just fucking drop.
Yeah, I think you have this view of Padlock standing over you with maybe just like a screwdriver or something in hand, and like he flips it around like a knife, and then you just see his eyes roll back into his head, and his body goes limp. It's the deck.
The first thing Jojo does is gasp and go Padlock and like cradle them in her arms and yells, "Dickie, here now," as she like tries to not pass out because I'm at 4 damage, not including the shot.
Yeah, 4 damage is significant. That is unconscious or out of action, in fact. So you are certainly not able to move. You are in the process of bleeding out from that gunshot wound, I would say.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Our bodies are on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah. Like my nose is bleeding. Like I'm bleeding out of my ears. I'm just bleeding out of little pockets of places.
Okay. So
I'm KO'd.
So is it also that like Jojo starts to say handled and then gets cut off because she gets yeeted?
I think that's fair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a handled, and then Joe sees a look in Pad's eyes, and then you hear like a like as yeah.
No wait.
Fuck.
First to arrive is going to be Luna and Horus, who is going to look horrified at the bloodshed and is going to say, who are these men?
Unfriendly acquaintances that we met earlier, not the problem. Jojo, what the fuck?
Is Joe at all anywhere conscious, or is...
Yeah, I'll say that you're still conscious, but you're out of it for sure. Like your vision is swimming.
Joe looks around in her bleeding vest, pulls out a cigarette, and just goes, handled, and doesn't even light it, just holds it there and just slumps.
Jesus Christ. Cass, where are you and Dickie?
We're inbound.
How fast can we be inbound? When I say we need out of here now, the walk of shame has turned into the run of shame. Get here now.
I can only go as fast as this tiny little twink will allow.
You're carrying me. We can go as fast as you need to.
Your extra weight, Dickie. I am going to pick up the pace.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. It's not terribly hard. Horace is going to say, "Do you have a med bay?"
Yeah. Dickie's got a place in here.
If you have a med pack, I need you to get it and bring it here now. I'm not a doctor, but I have some experience.
I'll run. I'll go to the med bay.
Okay.
I just saved this dick's life. If he tries to pull literally anything, I will come back and stab him on sight.
Yeah, you can do that, and I think that means that when you get through the door of your ship, which you can see has been kind of blown wide open, Cassidy, And Dickie, you see that same sight. You see 3 dead men in red jackets. You see an unconscious Padlock who's probably covered in some amount of blood, not theirs. And you see Jojo lying there bleeding out from a gunshot wound that your erstwhile client is currently in the process of trying to stem apply pressure to.
I'm going to deposit my doctor
I
in
think
front of that.
I think there's when the carnage comes into view, there is a bit of a shift in Dickie. He will drop out of Cassidy's arms and sling off his self-distress shirt, and he immediately almost shoves this guy out of the way. He's not big enough to physically remove this man, but he gets in there close, grabs whatever the guy is fumbling around with, and is like, I'm a doctor, and is not even looking at him. He's just focused on Joe. And there are severe flashbacks to other bloody encounters with Joe in this very ship, but I don't need anything to heal. I can just do that. So I would like to make a heal. I would like to roll plus brains to heal Joe a little.
I would like you to do that.
Okay.
Joe's just there, unlit cigarette. We gotta stop meeting like this, Doc.
I'm sure that is not exactly what you mean, Joe. And he's cinching things up. I got an 11.
Fantastic. So that means that, Joe, you immediately heal 1 harm.
Nice.
And you take +1 forward.
It also means, since I have bound in blood, that if I heal you for any amount of harm, we heat our chain, and if you are unconscious or worse, which I technically think this counts as.
Yes, it does.
We loosen our chain.
Oh.
Okay. I think it was already slack.
It is already
right?
slack.
So it can't loosen anymore, but you can heat it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are now bloodied, scorched, or shattered, which means that you are out of life-threatening territory at the very least.
I'd also then like to go check on Padlock.
Yeah, she would pretty much as soon as she's fixed up, she'd push you away and say, check, Padlock.
I think once Dickie started on Joe, I would have grabbed Padlock, as our chain dictates that I am Padlock's guard dog. So
absolutely. And you all gather around Padlock.
She was like, not me.
I'm going to the helm. Sorry. Yeah.
Right. No, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
got a ship to go.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, hold that thought, because I want to do something before that. But you can absolutely start making your way towards the helm. But I think in that moment, we'll say, Cassidy, as you're taking all of this in, you were also gonna flashback 5 years ago, which is what I should have said this entire session. So quick editor's note there. Every time I said 15 years, I meant 5 years. It's only been 5 years that you've been on the run. Thank y'all for pointing that out. And I think we're going to flash back to the door of the Tenebris that you all came through sliding open for the first time. None of the systems inside are active. None of the, well, not technically for the first time, but none of the systems inside are active. Everything is powered down. So the only light really is from outside, and we see all 5 of you backlit. Dickie probably still in pajamas with the robe on. The rest of you in whatever state you would have been in when Cassidy pulled you from sleep. And I think the crux of this came down to You all needing a way to get off world, but not having access to a ship? I'll ask the group who was the first one to say, actually, we might know of one.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
For sure it was JoJo who was,
Absolutely.
yeah, just clanked on her legs. We got a ship.
Okay. What model is it?
Oh, I think you'll like it plenty. Let's just say I earned it. It's old as hell, but it'll get us where we're going.
Now, seeing it for yourself, Cassidy, one of those statements is definitely true. It is
Yeah.
old as hell.
Old as hell. Yeah.
I know she don't look like much, but you said we need to get out fast, and well, shit, I can try something. And look, Pat's a genius. Fit the two of us together, make anything fly.
Yeah, just need a little TLC, a little scrub a dub.
It's like a high five kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to need more than a coat of paint. More than 2 coats of paint.
And he's like some bubble gum and like a paper clip. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay. We can do this.
Have they cleaned out the blood at least?
Well, it would do a lot for the color scheme. Seriously, the inside's awful.
I'm thinking purple.
I can fuck with purple.
you step into the Tenebris together. Door shuts behind you. Back to the present. Cassidy, you're taking all this in. You're getting ready to run for the helm. You hear noise behind you at the airlock. And when you turn around, you see Becker standing there, out of breath, angry expression on her face. She looks like she has her sawed off back in her hand, but she looks in through the door and takes it all in, takes the sight in, and then puts her hand up with the gun in it, takes a step back and says, "You got enough problems, Cassidy."
I do. You know that gang? You know that crew?
She looks past you, glances down at the jacket, says, "Jormungandr. They're pirates."
Any money on their heads?
Plenty, I'd imagine. You gonna give them to me?
Take them. Want them off my ship.
And she nods at you, moves past you, holsters the gun. Her crew members arrive a couple minutes later, or a couple seconds later, and she'll direct them likewise to start dragging those bodies out.
Okay.
She'll say, "Hope everybody lives."
Me too. Sorry it had to go like this.
Now, Cassidy, it's just business.
Yeah. I think it's something a bit more, but won't change anything between us. Just don't fucking yell my name like that ever again.
You be careful out here with all these thieves and murderers. And keep taking the high road. You're gonna fall off.
Yeah, well, Bound to at some point. Peaks and valleys, you know?
Richard,
I think Dickie looks up from Padlock. He's got blood smeared all over his face. Yes, Bex. And he stands up. Comes up to her navel, I assume.
send me that poem.
Chest.
I'd like to read the rest of it.
Oh, I and then his face just goes beet red. I don't think I have your communicator number.
Sure, your captain does.
I don't want to get it from him.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's
now.
absolutely
Fiddler,
go.
all right.
I'm screaming on the inside.
Yeah.
Fucking
Luna
Riddler
and
over
JoJo
here.
give each other a look of like, who the fuck?
Dickie will
When
pull
did
himself
Dickie
up
get
to his
game?
full 5'5", take a step forward and be like, I would like to request your personal communication number, not the business one.
She fully has a dead body slung over one of her shoulders,
Yeah,
but she still
yeah,
does
absolutely.
like a hand to the chest, like my how impropriety it is. But she will pull out her handheld and like swipe her contact information onto yours in a very advanced technological way that we have in this future.
Dickie will look at it, say, thank you. I hope you get a lot of money for those bodies.
Until the stars pull us back together again. She'll lean down and give you a little kiss on the cheek.
More blushing, and then trying to wipe the blood off of his face, which just smears it more. And then he will sputter a little bit and go back to tending to Padlock.
And Becca Ryan and her crew will exit the Tenebris. Bodies in tow.
Can I get Padlock conscious?
I think so. Yeah, I will say yes. It is a little bit of a medical mystery. You are not sure why Padlock is unconscious. You can't find any signs. When Luna returns with the med kit, you can use the scanner on Padlock, but you don't find anything unusual. There's no sign of like brain trauma or anything like that.
I think when he does the scan and nothing comes up, there's a moment of extreme confusion and disbelief, because there were 4 people very, very badly hurt, and Padlock not physically harmed. And so Dickie sort of like leans in close and says, Padlock, I accidentally left my desk unlocked, and I'm going to be unable to get to my room for a very long time, and there's lots of valuable stuff in there that you absolutely can't take.
I like peek an eye open.
Attaboy.
How long are you going to be gone?
I'm not. That was a lie. And you absolutely
Oh.
can't go into my desk. And it's still very locked.
Oh.
But I'm glad you're back.
I like slowly sit up. I'm hungry. What happened?
I don't know. What did happen?
Yeah, I would like to know that too. Everyone, powwow in the captain's quarters.
The helm or the captain's quarters? Are you taking off?
He calls it the same thing.
Okay.
I hate it when he does that. I have no idea whether he's talking about going. You know what? If he was sending us to his room, we'd know we
Yeah.
were going to his room.
They're both
All right.
covered in neon signs, so that's not even helping differentiating the two.
And
That's
I've
true.
I mean, to be fair, he typically only sleeps in the actual captain's quarters when he's hungover. So,
Fair.
Fair.
Extremely fair.
yeah, the helm is generally where he stays, where he hangs out.
Yeah, you can move to the helm. Horace, I think, is just kind of staying out of your way, all of you. He's mostly been quiet. If you go to take off, he's going to speak up for the first time and he's going to say, Gareth isn't coming, is he?
Yeah, sorry.
We'll give a nod. And then he just kind of pulls his knees up to his chest and like buries his face in his arms.
Okay. You take a moment. We're going to figure out what to do next. I know you said that you couldn't go, but I think that might have changed.
Can't go to Tranquility. They'll be looking for my face.
Well, I mean, are we going to Mars? Did I misunderstand?
The job was, I believe, if I remember correctly, we said to pick up something on Tranquility, take them to
The
Mars.
kids Mars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It makes you feel better. Most of our faces aren't really welcomed on Tranquility.
I think at that he will actually like pause for a second and then lift his head up and look at you kind of incredulously and say, and you were going to take the job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're professionals. Blood everywhere.
I guess I don't have a choice at this point.
A little late.
Unless you got a different ride.
I'll shake his head.
Up into the
Oh.
Tenebris.
Yeah. Do you want us to keep calling you Horace, or do you want to use the name that Beck shouted in the middle of the coffee shop?
I suppose it hardly matters now.
No,
Name it.
it matters. It matters.
Whatever you want, call yourself.
Horace was to make it simpler. Because once you're on Tranquility, you will hear my name. It's Nevin. Nevin Westcott.
Okay. We're going to get back to you. I'm going to give you a moment. And he's going to turn around. Like, the ship is starting to take off.
Yeah.
But he's going to turn around and look between JoJo and Padlock. What the fuck happened?
First, you said we're going back to Tranquility. Why are we going back to Tranquility? You said we never had to go back to Tranquility.
We have to pick something up. It's going to be a quick run, like a milk run.
But you said we didn't have to go back to Tranquility.
You don't have to get off the ship if you don't want to.
Right.
Pad, we'll stay. Don't worry.
You two
Don't
can
worry.
stay. We'll do the same thing we just did. Cass,
Well,
Dickie,
hopefully
and I
not
will
the-
go grab it. Well, not the exact same. Let's not ever do that again. But Cass, Dickie, and I will go grab whoever, and you two will stay here with Horace or Nevin, and we'll be back, okay? But you do not have to step foot on Tranquility if you do not want to. I will not make you do anything you do not want to.
Okay.
All right, so we good?
Hey. Eddie.
Mm, Yeah.
I'm always gonna look out for you, right?
Yeah. I know that. You promised.
I did. Okay, what happened?
Red coats came in and were trying to hack first. We handled it. Got a little banged up, but we handled it. They didn't like that we stopped them electronically, so they went in the old-fashioned way with scissors. High-powered
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, I don't love that.
No. But they were coming to take the ship. They were pirates. Exactly what we heard. And she just takes a moment and looks at Pad and just says, ship's defense system, we're just able to quickly throw in controls.
I
You know
do
this
very,
thing.
I do very much need you to roll the fast talk on that one, Jojo.
Is there anyone, because I look up to ask that there's detriments? Because I do.
Especially
mean-
because since when has this ship had defense systems?
Not since.
Oh, it has
Not
defense
for a
systems,
while.
buddy.
Not since they almost killed Jojo.
Yeah.
I've seen firsthand what those defense systems can do.
It's true. It's true.
That's a face roll, right?
That is a face roll, yes.
So I rolled a 6 with a face of -1. So
Right?
I think that Cask absolutely sees me eyeing Pad, but it just, is clearly taking too long smoking a cigarette. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark experience, Jojo,
Okay.
first of all, since you failed that roll. But yeah, Cassidy, this is bullshit.
Oh,
Whether you want to
abs-
call it bullshit is up to you.
Absolutely. Okay. We're leaving. Everybody to your posts. Except for you, Doc.
I'd like to keep an eye on. I'd like to keep an eye on Jojo.
You can, but I need to talk to you first.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jojo, can you meet me in the med bay in 10 minutes?
yeah, I'll roll on over. I'll see you in there, Doc. Captain,
Jojo?
heads out.
Are you waiting for Luna and Padlock to leave too before you have this conversation?
At least Padlock.
Okay.
Yeah, Padlock will eventually, once posts were called, will probably eventually slink away, especially because nobody has yet to clock their handiwork on the door, and that's a whole separate conversation.
100%.
So they're getting out of there.
Right. It's like you
This
crashed
is
the
me.
family car and nobody noticed you broke your grandmother's vase.
Yeah, exactly.
This is me covering for you, my boy. This is.
Okay. So if it's Luna and the doctor,
Yeah, I
then
think that-
that's my first mate and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doctor,
Yes, Captain.
what was the diagnostics on the two of them? You had hands on both of them.
Yes, Jojo has been worse. They should be fine. I think that with a few hours and a bit more time in medbay, she should make a full recovery. Shot also looks like something exploded. Ship is dangerous sometimes. Padlock is harder to say. There is nothing physically wrong with them that I could tell. I don't know why she was unconscious.
So he was the only one unhurt, at least
Well,
physically, from what you
based
could tell.
on what I saw of the corpses, yes. He's
Okay.
untouched.
All right. And JoJo was clearly lying.
Yes, I've seen what exactly the ship's defenses can do to a human body, and it wasn't that.
Okay. All right. Then for now, we don't know. We're gonna let JoJo lie to us.
That's perfectly fine. I do want to know what happened, though, because
So do I.
if Padlock is ill or able to withstand bullets, that's useful information.
True. But we don't want to go the same route as El Senor.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Yes, you're right.
Padlock is not some experiment or some puzzle.
I think there's a look on Dickie's face that's like, well,
There's just a raised eyebrow.
but then he shuts that shit down. It's like, yeah. Yes,
You can
absolutely.
be curious, but they are not a puzzle. Padlock is not an object. They are
Correct.
a person.
Yes.
Okay. You are now free to move about the camera.
Okay. I'm going to go check in on JoJo. Were either of you hurt in that gunfight?
I got out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sure was.
I was about to say,
Sure was.
obviously someone was hurt here, and it is not me.
Okay.
I'm a professional.
I think Dickie is like walking away, and then he stops somewhat abruptly and like skids in a little bit of blood and does that like, oh, and then turns around and is like,
Now's not the
Captain,
time.
I would like to see you in the
Mhm.
med bay
Sure.
at your convenience.
Wonderful.
And then he
Thank you, Dickie.
just waves as he's walking away.
Mhm. Also, that was impressive as hell.
It was.
Way to go with Bex. And the other stuff, obviously.
Oh.
Your doctoring's fantastic. I was talking about you being the absolute smoothest lad in all of the galaxy.
I think Dickie stops, turns around. Well, I've had 5 years to learn from the best, Captain.
You're goddamn right you have.
Hi, Galindo.
All right. And we're gonna... Yeah.
I want to know, where's Luna's about everything that was just talked about?
I think that there's a concern on so many fronts because Luna can't get out of their brain this idea of recon and how you're a part of a big group and how that information flows, because he knew too much when he came up to me and said, "Oh, that's your ship. Oh, it's a military ship." Like, he knew too much, too many things. There's more than 3 of them. And she, as someone who comes from a big syndicate that thrives on information being passed along to ensure safety and to ensure success in what you want and what you need, that is too recognizable to Luna. And it is not something that she has told any of them. So it's not something that they can voice as like, hey, this is how I know this. But they know that it was not just the 3 of them. And that there's no way that someone from that group does not come back at some point and try to do this again.
And I mean, that is a perfect segue as you feel the Tenebris shudder around you as its progress is arrested. You feel the momentum of the ship stop.
What you mean? Stop.
Why?
What?
Not again.
Why?
Great question. I think since you are in the helm, Cassidy and Luna, you would hear the chime of someone sending you, someone opening a voice channel. Because you are in proximity to the buckle, they're going to open both a voice and video channel. That's only possible when you're in the vicinity of somewhere that broadcasts the net. When you're out in space and you're on the link, then you can really only do voice. But for now, you're still in that proximity, so you're getting hailed essentially, voice and video.
If this is who I fucking think it is, I'm gonna make lose it.
And
We're gonna accept the hail.
Yeah.
Tenebris. Wow. Hell of a ship. Hell of a ship.
Second
Let me guess. Jormungandr?
Indeed, yeah. Chimera is my name, you may remember. I just remembered I had an accent. That's weird.
Happened to me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your ship.
And I'm gonna take your life, but here we both are, not getting what we want.
Well, the interesting thing about making those threats is that we already have you mag tethered to our shuttles. And I think with the various equipment that the Tenebris has, that all ships have, you can see that there is a ship larger than the Tenebris, but not by a huge degree. It's very long, kind of on the slender side. It has a stylized face of like a snake painted onto the front end of it. Some like faded scale work down the rest of the body, but you can see two indentations on either side of where the helm on that ship would be, where the shuttles would nest when they are in place. But currently, those shuttles, there's one on either side of your ship, and true to his word, they have mag tethered onto the Tenebris from either side, and that is what is holding you in place, essentially. Chimera will speak and will say, so what's going to happen next is that we're going to dock with you, force our way in if we have to. Hopefully we won't. And then either kill you or take you prisoner. We'll see if there's any bounties on your head. If not, well, maybe we'll drop you off somewhere.
Aren't you just the sweetest? I have a counter offer. On our personal comms, Jojo, Padlock.
Hello.
I need you.
Captain.
I know that you were supposed to go to the med bay. We're not doing that. We got to pull some crazy shit off.
Puta loca time.
Aye, aye. What do you
Puta
need?
loca. Okay. All right. I'm going to run down the situation. Well, I'll just say it. All right. We have two shuttles that are mag tethering us right now, and there's a larger ship above us. We need to lose them, and we need to be able to get through and away from this ship.
On the comms, Joe goes and just starts doing some calculations in real time with Cass and with Padlock, and is like, if we're able to reverse the maglock somehow, and if we're able to just maybe somehow reverse our engines at the right time, we can try. And that's when she starts talking about the puta loca crazy Ivan maneuver, and essentially reverse thrusters do something to poof and go, push them off, and we move forward.
So I know that the ship is sword shaped, right?
Your ship is, yes.
Right. I kind of want to just spin.
Hey, okay, but actually magnets, right? They're just
Mhm.
How do
ions.
they
They're just
work?
spinning.
There's ions,
No, they're
Yeah.
particles. They spin. That's how
They spin.
magnets
Yeah, you
work.
inter- yeah,
They
you interrupt
spin.
Well,
It's like a
That's
simple
how they
version.
work.
well,
It's
Don't
different
start.
polarity. That's how they spin. This is the conversation that's happening, and so that shit just Padlock. You
Listen.
hit this thing. You hit this at the right time, and then throw in as much power into the thrusters as possible.
So, as he's sitting there, he's like counter offer. He's quiet for a moment, and then comes back. He has put on his cowboy hat. I don't own one, so you're not gonna see it on my head.
We're gonna get you one someday. Don't you worry.
yeah.
Okay, I do remind. I got a big ass dome, so just keep that
Okay.
in your noggins
I got it.
when
It's
you're
up
doing
here.
that. All right. We're going to leave and do what it is that we're doing, and you're going to let us go, and you won't lose your shuttles.
Well, it is a shame if it has to go this way, but even if I have to comb through the wreckage of that ship for anything valuable, sure I can make it worth my while.
Well,
May I the crazy Ivan roll? It's
okay.
plus junk, right?
It is actually plus the engine size. Normally it would be the helm size, but you can do it from the engine room. So you're rolling the engine size.
Engine size is 2.
Yeah, which is
I
one better
rolled-
than the helm, so
I rolled a 9, so I got an 11 to
Oh, yeah.
actually
yeah,
do
All
the
right.
thing.
you do.
Can I roll as well? Because I also have a stunt related to doing the piloty thing.
Yeah, you can. So let me see here. Sorry. It's fine. I'm 79. It's for 300. Okay. I mean, you don't need to do it twice in this case.
Okay.
You are pulling the stunt successfully, which is in this case breaking out of the maglock. You will probably, this is probably not the only stunt that you will have to pull over the course of this encounter. So it's good that you can also do it from the helm. But yeah,
I think narratively too, like if you want to take over, essentially, I think Joe, the way that the Butaloka works in my head is that she takes the pipes that are part of her legs and she essentially puts them into like a socket and like puts herself up as like essentially a part of the connection board, part of the conduit, and tightens the wrench, and you just see your helm cast like light up full power, and that's what it says, locked and loaded, baby.
yeah, I think this is definitely a tandem effort. So now that you've got the power that you need, what are you doing with it, Cassidy?
Okay. So let's see what you got. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. We're gonna move forward, and then it's the turning around, and we're gonna begin the spin.
Hell yeah. I love that. That makes absolute sense. So you just pour on way more thrust than this ship has any right to have until the mag tethers are straining. The shuttles are starting to get like dragged along. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can only imagine the panicked like chatter that is going on between them and the Jormungandr.
Why is it moving like that?
And then as you start that spin, I think they kind of get dragged along for the ride, and the mag tether is a two-way street, baby. I'm going to say that I think actually what happens is you end up like crossing the streams as you sort of spin in place, and they repel instead of attract, and you kind of send the shuttles like careening off to either side as the result of that spin. And I think as you end up, the Tenebris is facing down the snake painted head of the Jormungandr. which is going to open fire on you. You can see concealed weapons that are starting to. I think you can see panels opening in the front, sort of like the way that a maw of a snake would open, reminiscent of that. And you see barrels starting to stick out of it. You also, the Tenebris also has weapons that I don't think we ever settled on. You have 2 light guns. You also have 1 heavy gun. And I think we established the heavy gun is what separates the Tenebris from any other ship flying out here as far as you are aware.
Correct. However, we are in the, we're like in the dock, right?
I thought we're up in space.
You were in space. Yeah,
okay.
you were
in the
I would say that you were like you were close to the buckle, but you are not docked at the buckle anymore.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, fuck it, we ball. Then yeah, heavy guns, baby. And I think that'll go to Padlock.
I think we might have called that the plasma cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the L gun. Yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
Big toy time.
So no other ship, basically, that is flying out here, certainly not one that is an unregistered, non-military vessel, has anything like this. It makes an impression. I would assume, I would say probably it's something you cannot use all that often just because of the amount of literal heat that it can draw on you.
Yeah. This is a special occasion type deal.
It sure fucking is.
Tell me, Kiki, are you a fan of the classics?
Prefer everything as new as possible.
Well then you're missing out. And through the speakers, there's just gonna be these piano hits.
Ba, 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 ba.
No.
You spin me right round starts playing.
No. It's Benny and the Jets.
It's Benny and the Jets, of course, obviously.
Of course.
And then to Padlock, hey, it's time to bring out the big guns.
Oh, yes. I slap some button that brings out the plasma gun.
The guns I imagine are all kind of located in roughly the same spot. So I think there is like a gunner's chair that somebody can sit in, probably usually Padlock. And I think it's located pretty much as far front on the ship as you can get. Normally that would be like your 2 light gun turrets, because those, while still illegal most of the time, are pretty standard for most ships that are out here breaking the law to have. I think when you use the plasma cannon, that frontmost section of the sword blade of your ship, slides open is what I'm picturing.
Hell yeah.
To reveal the plasma cannon barrel. And if you are firing that, then you're going to roll with spine.
Okay. That's 9.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Kimura is gonna call out. So the barrel starts to light up and starts to glow with this orange light as the Hellfire cannon starts to power up. And I think that hailing channel opens again, and Kimura comes through and says, "What is that?"
This is my secret sauce. I made it myself.
This is the reason that you should have put in an offer first on this ship, bud. Instead of asking me for a price.
You hear him yell again before the plasma cannon goes off. This time, probably more to his crew. What the hell is that? And then, you got a 9. You fire it.
Hello, boys. It spires.
Yeah. It a actual lance of this superheated plasma blasts out from the cannon. and collides head on with the front of the ship. What's up?
A success is on 10 or more, right?
7 and 9, you trade damage. So
Right. So
yeah.
I don't want that. I want my ship to remain pretty.
Okay. Are you barking orders?
Yeah.
That's a thing that you can do as the captain. Alpha Dog, it's called.
Hell yeah. Cool. Then
You can.
Because I want to get +1.
Yeah. Alpha Dog basically lets you order someone else on the crew to do the assisting, thereby stopping yourself from dealing with any of the consequences.
Nice. Nice.
The engineering room can technically take 1 more, but then we're risking a lot.
No, I don't want to do that.
I mean, you only need, what was it, a 9? It was a 9, right?
It was a 9.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Yes, you only need 1.
Padlock and Ice Chain's too high, I think, is the problem.
Yeah, that's fair. It probably couldn't be, it probably could not be JoJo, but it could be...
I'm also willing to take it for myself.
I was about to say, I can take it if you need me to take it. I've just got 1 harm done to me. And I chain heated with Dickie. Like, I'm
also doesn't have to be harm. There are other options you can pick for helping someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just need 4 to help, which is the problem.
Heat our chain, make it to where we need to drink more. How much harm could that do?
No. All right. So, as they're maneuvering, because we're toe to toe.
Yeah.
Luna, I need you to get back to the engine room. Give it that last little bit. JoJo's gonna be. She's motionless in the Puta Loca. We need the extra last little boost.
You got it. And I run.
Okay. You run through the ship while the plasma cannon is charging up.
Yeah.
And what is the one consequence in that case? Crew member takes 1 harm, room takes 1 harm, something important breaks, heat your chain with the other, chain tightens. In this case, this is Luna. This is you telling Luna to help Padlock.
Yeah.
And I don't believe Luna and Padlock have a choking chain.
We do not. My chains are slack with everyone.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Then,
fantastic. So then, in that case, the helping crew member is the one who suffers the consequence. And you add the lower of the 2 heats to the roll. Which I
believe we're tied.
Yeah, I think it's just 1, right?
Yeah, we're 1 and 1.
Board 1 and 1. Cool. Yeah, so it's just +1. So then, it's going to end up being +2 anyway. And the only one who's going to take the consequence is Luna. What's it going to be? Thank you for the follow also. Thank you. Taking harm, room taking harm, something important breaking, heat your chain with Padlock, tighten the chain with Padlock.
I'll heat my chain with Padlock. Because I feel like that makes sense, because even though I also don't know what's happening, when I do find out what's happening as Padlock's guard dog, things are going to get very interesting.
Yeah. The way that I picture this happening is JoJo is like locked in place because of the Puta Loca, and Luna, you run in, you like make eye contact with each other, you're like Valve, and JoJo's like there, and then you just kick it, and it spins, and you open up that throttle, probably wider than it should be, if we're being honest, but
it's okay. Luna has no reason to know how to measure this. Well, she's just like, I opened a thing that I was told to open.
Yep.
There is my engineering experience, everybody.
Do I come into your room and break shit?
Sometimes, yeah, when you really need a part.
Okay, that's fair.
I think really the thought behind it is like, this is about to take a lot of energy out of our ship. So we need to make sure that we have as much as possible to still be able to get away once we're done.
Yeah.
So
I dig that. I dig that. Power thrums through your ship. I think, honestly, just for narrative's sake, I think it'd be cool if there was a moment, Padlock, where you are charging the cannon to fire it and it starts to sputter. because there's like just not enough juice maybe, and you just had this like really cool moment where you yelled at him about how it was your special sauce, and you're like, fuck, it's not going to go off, and then Luna kicks that valve, power flows to the front of the
like,
ship.
I'm about to like go reach for a wrench or something like that, and then it just like off, and I'm just like
and it truly does go off like a cannon. That hellfire energy, that plasma lances out and through the front of the ship, I think tearing through the weapon battery at the front of the Jormungandr, and doesn't like lance through the helm of the Jormungandr, I don't think, but it definitely cuts through a good section, like into one end of it, out through the top. And I think in the aftermath, there's like a moment of silence before the hailing line opens again and says, "You know what? I think I've changed my mind."
You know, that seems smart.
Mm-hmm.
Good thinking.
Also, you should reconsider the classics.
You've
Captain, you done flirting?
You've given me a lot to think about, Tenebris.
Great.
We're gonna head back to the buckle. Good luck out there. Have a safe journey.
Thanks. When you're ready to not be a little shithead, you let me know. I'll buy you a drink to cover the damages.
It's just business, Captain. It's not personal.
Everyone keeps saying that. Business is personal. It's our fucking livelihoods. Have a good one. And we're gonna whoop.
And goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take off away from the buckle. You leave the Jormungandr in your wake to limp back to the buckle, back to the dock, where hopefully someone will be able to. It'll at least be able to get a patch job for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves you all back out here in the empty. Plus one client.
Yeah, one client and one big headache.
I want to check on him.
Okay.
How he's holding up.
I think as you like hard burn away from the buckle and then start to settle back into your pace, a couple things occur to you. One of them is that you weren't actually successful in negotiating for half of your pay before you left the buckle, which means you have not been able to refuel the Tenebris.
Fuck.
The next thing is you look and I think you see Horace standing in the doorway of the helm, eyes wide, looking out and saying, "What was that? The weapon? I've never seen anything like it."
Padlock special. It's something you won't find in a lot of other places. This ship was military grade back before we got it, and we've patched it up. And by we, I mostly mean JoJo and Padlock, but they made some improvements along the way.
I've only ever heard a plasma cannon, a functional plasma cannon, theorized about. And even then, only once. I think he kind of looks at you, and then his eyes travel over to Cassidy. Says, "The Foundation."
Former student yourself?
Recent graduate.
Oh, you finished. Yeah, we didn't get that luxury.
We're all beauty school dropouts here.
Stop it.
Absolutely not.
No.
No, no.
Never.
That's why you love us.
That's why you don't want to go back to tranquility.
Yeah, we to make the longest story of some of our lives short, Cass saved all our asses. And we had to run.
What'd you do?
I made something I shouldn't have. And I would like to.
Can't be worse than a plasma cannon.
Maybe it is.
It is worse. I would like to correct that mistake.
Okay. So we've already agreed to take the job. I don't know how you're going to pay us at this point. And I am looking at my console, and we did not refuel.
But I have the units. If you can make it to a ring gate, can refuel there.
Do we have enough to make it to a ring gate?
Probably. Might be close, but you're pretty good at squeezing every last bit of thrust out of fuel on the ship.
We'll get her there, Captain.
And now you will, JoJo.
Thank you for saving my life and taking the job.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I am one of the people that typically will say, I'll take the job. I won't ask too many questions. In this particular case, I've already accepted the job. And as you mentioned, I am a man of my word. But I want to know what we're getting into. It is imperative that I know.
When we get to Tranquility, what are we looking for? Or who are we getting? Or what?
Gave you a name, Delilah. It's a project name for what I was working on.
What is Delilah?
A weapon. Not originally, but in practice, it's what it would be used for. It's what she would be used for.
So it is a person.
No, Captain. It's an intelligence.
Oh, great.
Horace, why would you do that?
What kind of intelligence? Like,
State of the art.
hmm,
Unchecked. Unchecked, she could collapse an entire planet's worth of communication subsystems. Override them.
Okay.
if you're a recent graduate, were you working on this while you were at Genshin?
Yes, it was my...
It was your thesis. Sure.
Yes.
Horace. Horace. Where's Delilah? Are you so fucking for real right now?
Don't say it. Don't say it. It could be literally anywhere else at the entire
You took an
galaxy.
internship at one of the tech firms on Tranquility,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere nearby. And that's where you were working on the project.
Gotta be it.
The Foundation has her.
Oh, you mother. So you were there. You were present when I told one of mine we wouldn't have to go back to Tranquility. We have to go back to the Foundation. And you didn't
Well, that
think
was a lie. I had already told
No.
you the job was on Tranquility.
I said
Tranquility
padlock
and the
time.
Foundation. Very different.
In my defense, how could I have known you had a history?
My promise to Padlock still stands. They don't have to leave the ship.
Obviously. We're going to be down a man, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it might just be you and I.
And if so, that's okay. I'm not making them go back there. I won't.
Okay. I need to know who, what, when, where, why of this situation so we can have a good plan of attack.
I'll tell you what I know, but ideally after the extraction, she would go to Mars. There's a scientist there in Independence that I'm acquainted with.
Gonna need a name.
Delaney. Maeve Delaney.
Okay. Are there money exchanges at ring gates? Well,
Yeah.
Cool beans. Okay.
I can transfer you the units now, or of the units now per our agreement.
Yes.
He'll take out his handhold and he'll make that transfer.
Yeah. See, we could have done that at the goddamn table. Thank you. I don't know. Everybody's like, "He does it."
Do the right thing. Be a noticed person. You see how that comes back to bite us in the ass? Maybe every once in a while we do the illegal shit like I want.
He'll kind of pull himself up at that, I think, and he'll get some steel in his voice. And he'll say, the man who saved me from Tranquility and the Foundation died today. Any resistance he offered at the table was just to make sure that I didn't make a mistake.
Let me be very clear. I do not wish to disrespect the dead. He did his honorable service. But part of this could have been avoided.
Understood.
Just the facts. All right. Luna, would you show our guest to the guest quarters?
Absolutely.
You don't have guest quarters, but you might have
A closet.
I'm looking at your ship sheet right here. You specifically did not pick bunks.
We super didn't.
We didn't, and I fully remember having this conversation, being like, "Why
Yep.
would we ever need those?"
Really?
And just saying no to them.
Hey, listen, it's just gonna be a nice little tucked away. He can use the cabin, the cabin's
100%,
quarters.
yeah.
It's fine.
I was about to
To
say,
be
you don't sleep
fair,
in the cabin's quarters, so
Yeah.
technically.
I don't. No, it's true.
To be fair, the bunks really only help if you're taking like ferry jobs and you're not. This isn't a ferry
Yeah.
job. He just happens to be along for the ride.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find him some like cot tucked away in the corner somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
And he'll go without a fuss. He seems tired. He seems very like beaten down and disheartened. He's been running on pure adrenaline. You can see that much.
Been there, done that, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I take him and kind of like show him the place, I know it probably sounded harsh when I said that I wouldn't sugarcoat it and he may not make it, but I've just seen it too many times. And I didn't want you to have your hopes up, and I didn't want to feed you this sugar-coated bullshit of, they'll be fine. They always make it. My guys are going to protect him no matter what. It's not like that out here. I couldn't lie to you.
When I told Starlight what I needed to hire a crew for, they laughed at me. And I thought that would be the end of it. But then they got in contact. And they said that they knew one crew that was noble enough and stupid enough to take this job.
We are both of those things, yeah. Facts.
Thank you again for everything. And he's asleep before his head touches the pillow of the cot.
It's that crash, baby.
Sure is. Sure is.
Our inner we've got the comms.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies, gentlemen, those non-identifying, everyone gets some rest. We're going to hit the ring gate, refuel, and then we're going to discuss plans moving forward. We've taken a job that's putting us right back in the lion's den, so we need to figure out a game plan, yeah?
I'm going to go back to the helm to be with Cassidy, like one-on-one. So I don't have to say what I'm going to say next through comms, so no one else hears me yet. I think you just hear me like walk in and come up behind you, and you don't have to turn around or anything, and I just hand you the flask.
Right?
Yep. You're already
Yeah.
reaching for it, and I've already got it, and I'm like, here you go.
Okay.
So we're really going to walk back into this.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. You heard what he made.
I heard.
Like,
We can't let him have it.
no, absolutely not. No, not with the ringmaster there.
No. No. Because you know that he has it. Even if Horace thinks it's somewhere else in that school, that man has it. And if he's got it, then everything is just fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to offer it to them. To the rest of the crew. I don't know how well that's going to go,
Either.
but hey, we are a family. So we make these decisions together.
And if it's got to be me and you that goes in and the rest of them are in here, then that's okay. I'll do it. I'll go.
Yeah.
We'll come back and Jackie will patch us up and Jojo and Padlock will start the ship again and we'll go to Mars. And we're not. We got
looking
out
back.
once, we'll get out again.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm wondering, I'm going to see if I have any of my contacts left on ground. If we can get a shuttle down, that way we don't have to bring the Tenebris down at all.
I think it's a good call.
Yeah.
I can ask around, see if I've still got anybody there. Doubt it. Most of my guys are on Earth, but one or two might have straggled, you know.
A couple of diamonds in the rough. That's all we need. All right.
Just takes
What's
one favor to
next?
keep us alive.
Yeah. Maybe two.
Get some sleep. I put his cot on the other side of my room, like the other wall. So like not in the room. Don't look at me like that. It's not weird.
Awesome.
It's just
You're the one that made it weird.
I didn't mean to make it weird. I just said it wrong. It's fine. I meant in case he like wakes up with one of
Okay.
those.
All right.
Weird
Do we
things.
need to have a wingman night where like we go to a bar and I help you get some?
I was
think
gonna
that is a
say no, but
yes.
honestly, yeah, I was about to say we could just do that at some point. That'd be great because it's been like, and like you will fully know this. You have not known Luna to have a single relationship of any kind, not a one night
Mhm.
stand, not like a fling, nothing, since you've met.
Yeah. Listen, you've been too much mind on your money and money on your mind. You need to get somewhere else with that. Get out of there. Be out here for like at least a night. Jesus.
Being in here is what keeps you alive when you're, on the run
Sure.
for so long.
But if you're always in there, you start making up enemies. Becomes a target-rich environment on a
So far, my
solo
enemies
game.
have been very real. Thank you very much.
So far.
Right. And I think as you have that conversation, Cassidy, as you lock in your course, so it came to pass that 5 years to the day after the Tenebris and its crew escaped tranquility in the hollowed halls of the Yelchin Foundation, you found yourself going back there. But before that, the last thing we'll do is cut back to the buckle and all of the damage and what remains of the treehouse coffee shop that Dr. Richard Courtney is so very fond of, now riddled with bullet holes and blood stains, broken furniture. But amid all of that, behind the counter, The woman that Dickie spoke to, with the dyed hair and the piercings in her ears, maybe late 30s, early 40s. Places a transcom unit into her ear. As if she's listening to something. She says, yes. 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 No, I understand. Headmaster. And that is where we're going to end this episode. Nephilim
Nope.
Tenebris.
When
No.
I tell
No,
when I
Dino,
tell
no.
you
No, we're not.
when I
It's crimes.
when I
What's up?
tell you
Transgressions.
that I was like, the vibes there are wrong. Something's off. Fucking knew it.
Crimes. All the time. Every day.
Jojo gets away with lying once again. Let's go.
Consequence
Yes,
free,
gets
baby.
away with.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Free.
Baby.
for now.
Gets away with. That's adorable.
I've never done anything wrong in my life.
This is called the
Big
long
bro just-
game, baby.
Big bro just caught you in a lie, my G. What do you mean?
Oh.
She doesn't know that yet.
It's canon that JoJo thinks that she's a really good liar.
Correct.
Yeah, just
That's
have
what's
fun.
funny is that I have a -1 to
Slop
face.
that
Like
down,
JoJo
dude.
dramatically
Yeah,
the
dude.
worst
Grab one
poker
for the
face.
big boy.
But no one ever questions these lies, so
Oh shit!
clearly.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the
donation.
donation. Thank you for the
Thank
donation
you.
for us.
Yay,
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Fantastic. Yeah, that is going to do it for us here tonight at Nephilim Tenebris. We're going to go around, do outroductions. People can talk about whatever they want to plug, whatever they have going on, where the audience can find you, and then we'll find somebody to raid. So, Alex, if you don't mind, what's up?
Oh, hi. I'm Alex. I've been Dr. Richard Courtney, Dickie to his friends, and that means you. I don't really have anything going on. There are things on the back burners that are being written and plotted and schemed, and casting is ongoing that I'm not going to talk about yet. So, the only thing I'll say is that if you haven't heard it today, I'm glad you're here. I think you're great, and you're doing a good job. That's all I have to say. This was fun. Thanks, everybody. I love you all.
Absolutely. Eli?
Oh, hi. My name is Eli. I was playing Padlock. I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. We make AP stuff, like fun, awesome, dramatic, shenanery all the time. If you want to check us out, we'll be playing our series finale of Orpheus. We're down to our last final 2 episodes, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. When I'm not doing that, I'm kind of around the Twitter space doing a bunch of different stuff, making games, doing stuff, hanging out with friends. So you can find me at A Ghost of Eli or at Mayday Roleplay.
Hell yeah. Mallory?
Hi, I'm Mallory. For this game, I play Luna Larson, the runner. And in real life, I make a bunch of tabletop content all over the place. And I actually just announced last week, and this is the first time I get to say it on a stream, that Rediscovery RPG's finally been announced. Man, it's my new production company and Twitch channel. It's built for doing a bunch of really big projects that I've had in mind for about a year now, and I never really had the means to do them, and now they're all happening, and it's really cool. Streams start over there next week, and a bunch of content's going to be coming out, a bunch of announcements on different shows we're doing and things like that. But I'm a sappy sucker, and I'm proud of all of it. So I'm just so happy it's here. I've been working on it for months. So outside of Rediscovery, which is at Rediscovery RPG everywhere, I design games and I appear in other people's games sometimes. And I also do art for some different TTRPG things. And it's all over social media at Moxie Blue, MOXXIEBLUE, if you ever want to see literally any of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to add Rediscovery, but if you scroll down, everything everybody's talking about is in the cast list for this game. Q.
Hi, I'm Q. You can find me pretty much everywhere out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's midnight_INQ. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I am all over the place. I am part of the production team for Tales from the Table Studios. If you see the overlays in there, more than likely that's my handiwork. On alternating Tuesdays, you can find me on Entropy Emporium, where I am in the Masks horror game. They call us villains. I am playing the saddest, softest giant you ever did meet, Connor. He's a lovely boy. Not this Thursday, next Thursday, playing Redacted, which is a psychological thriller horror situation here on Live from the Apocalypse. Another JD game. He keeps getting me into shit. I'll be back.
He's good at that.
Right. On some Friday in the future for Ass, aka a third season of a season of Secrets and Shadows. Ass, I love it. And then Saturdays, not this one because we just did it. My feelings were hurt and I don't know. Anyway, class reunion, where I'm going to be a permanent member now. So just come see your boy Kira. And then Sunday evenings, every Sunday, I am over on RPGs Uncovered, playing Starcrier, the Starcrier conflict. I can words, I swear. And that's it. I'm all done. Thank you so much.
Rose?
Howdy, I'm Rose. I have been JoJo, playing the Greaser playbook. You can catch me on Instagram at Rose from the Grave, all underscores. I don't have anything else to plug. My stream game is here on LFTA. So as always, I just encourage anyone, if you're able, to do some mutual aid. If you're in the Philadelphia area, check out Lombard's books. They have open borders, and they're a really cool place to get some books for kids.
Hell yeah. And my voice is shot, but hi, hello, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. I'm one of the organizers and the storytellers here live from the Apocalypse. You can find me on the internet at a Will M Scream, like the band, not the soundbite, but also the soundbite. Why not? What else we have going on this week? This is Tuesday. Tomorrow night we're not recording. Cryptic Community College, as it turns out.
Oh no.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. Thursday is my birthday and my mom's in town, so it worked out.
Wait, my
Happy
second favorite
birthday!
internet
Birthday?
celebrity is in town?
Yes. I was like,
Will's mom is my second favorite internet
no, that's fair. That's fair. She stopped getting the Twitch notifications, so she hasn't been in the chat as much as she normally has been. But who knows?
Her absence is keenly felt.
Maybe while she's here, I'll figure out how to turn those Twitch notifications back on so she can appear more often. Yeah, I think that's all that's really going on this week for me. More stuff in the future, some stuff that I haven't announced yet. Follow me, I guess, if you want to know about it. But that's it, really, for me this evening. I think with that, we're going to disappear for a second, and then we're going to raid our friends over at Lost Caravan, who are playing Call of Cthulhu. There are social links in the chat. Hey, thank you for the follow so much. There are social links in the chat if you want to keep up with us and know what we're up to, or you can join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. And I think with that, we're going to disappear for a second, and then we are going to hop over and raid Lost Caravan. So with that being said, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Bye.
Good night.